So I picked up this Raptor 700 for about, I think it was 2,300 bucks. It was listed for, I think it was 3 grand or 2,800. You can see it's already missing a bolt on the subframe, and it's got street tires on it. I believe that's the only time when he rode it was like in the streets. And you can see it has the wheelie bar, grab bar in the back, and it's got a few upgrades. It's got the Nerf bars. Obviously you can see it has the dual exhaust. It's what is that, Looney Tune exhaust. I haven't heard of that brand, but it's got the SS wheels. It's got a seat cover that's pretty ragged up. Definitely gonna get a new one. I like the style though. It kind of matches with the red subframe. I don't believe it came with the red subframe. I'm pretty sure he probably put that on there from a different quad, and maybe the other one got bent from doing wheelies and crashing or something, but I really hope not. But that's the only conclusion I can come up with. So he put that on, and I'm guessing the bolt is probably broken into the bolt hole there. But I don't like the yellow netting in the Nerf bars. I probably will swap that out, probably for black ones. It's got a different coolant hose, red. It's got aftermarket headlights. Not a fan of those, so I will most likely probably get the aftermarket ones. That'll make it clean up a lot better. The front bumper is held on by only one single bolt because the bolt holes don't really line up correctly, and I'm assuming that it probably got wrecked or rolled, which I really hope not, but that's the only time when that can get bent, is if you hit something. So there's quite a few things wrong with it. It did run and drive, but it's just like small things. He's also missing a bolt hole for the cover here, and a bunch of mismatched bolts too, like here. You know, kind of my style if you kind of think about it. Kind of something I would do, just to get a bolt kit and put whatever bolts go where. So, you know, it works for me. It's also missing some of the motor mount bolts here. I'm assuming because he probably put this on, he probably put the Nerf bars on and didn't have the right bolts for it. So that's all pretty loose, or loose up here. I have to find good bolts for that. I think he said that the front A-arm on the left side got bent, so that's another indication that was probably in a wreck or rolled. So he put this wheel on that he had spare laying around. He has from a different quad that is seen out back behind his house. So I'm assuming that was just a parts quad, and he used that for this. But he said he put new A-arms and control arms and stuff like that, new tie rods. And it's all straight now. He did throw in the extra wheel, the SS wheel for it. And so we can get tires for that. You can see it has an off-road tire on this one because he just swapped the whole wheel together. So taking the street tires off, putting off-roads on. I don't ride in the road at all, so there'd be no point of me keeping them on there. I think my buddy said he'll buy them off me, so that's a plus. Kind of makes some of the money back. But tires are like $100-something, $200 for front and rears. And I believe these wheels are a little bit bigger than stock, so that might get a little bit more expensive than stock size. But it does have a newer chain. Don't know what brand that is, but it looks like it has a newer chain and sprocket. I can already see it's missing a sprocket bolt. No, it's missing a lot of bolts. And when I met up with the guy and I was telling him, I was like, this thing looks like it's just been pieced together. He's like, nah, bro. He's like, I did the whole top end. It's got the hot rods crank and wide scope piston and all that stuff, which, I mean, it looks rebuilt. It's got, you know, gasket maker and everything like that. So, I mean, he could not be lying, but then again, I don't know why he just didn't put it back together the right way and put bolts back into where they're supposed to be at. But, I mean, it does run good. Other than that, it's just mostly cosmetic. So it's got another indication that it probably got rolled is it's all scratched and skidded on top of this button on top of this thing. So also here the grip's messed up, and you can't really, you can go into low but you can't go into high beam. So gotta get a new one of these, gotta get new grips. We put a different perch for the clutch, different lever, and you know, it's got a high rise for the bar here. Also the top of the throttle mechanism is boofed up too, so I don't think I can find, I might be able to find a cover for this, but it might just be the whole mechanism, so I have to look into that. All the way that brake's locked up too, or I guess it's not locked up, but this doesn't do anything, so we don't have front brakes, but I think we do have rear brakes. Yeah, we got rear brakes but no front brakes, and it's all boofed over here too, so steering's pretty tight. It's a little scratched up here, so I'm guessing it got rolled or did a wheelie and, you know, screwed up and tumbled it. So that's my guess. He said it was never rolled, but just from the looks of it, you could just tell he was probably lying through his teeth. But no, it is what it is. It's Facebook Marketplace. You kind of take the words with a grain of salt and do what you can. So that's how I got it down so cheap. I did lowball him when he kind of got insulted a little bit, kind of got a little frustrated. So I was like, you know what, I don't know this guy, so I'm not gonna get him mad or worked up or anything. So I just told him 323. And I was like, okay. And he threw in that spare wheel, the SS ones. And that was that, and I left. So he was about an hour and a half away, so about 3-hour drive. Not too bad. Did not come with title, got a bill of sale. So it's also needing a reverse mount. Done plenty of those. That's pretty notorious for braking. It's just straight down there. Looks like he doesn't have the other piece though for it, so I'm gonna have to see if I can get that put on. You can see here, it's got a blue mount bracket tab for like a blue set of plastics. So this is not the OEM color for this quad, but at least it's all matching. So I haven't seen any oil leaks on it. For the most part, it's pretty sealed up. Haven't checked the coolant, but I will do that. I was just looking it over more because when I picked it up, I didn't really, it was kind of nighttime and I was kind of in a hurry, but kind of looking at it and it kind of needs more work than I was thinking. You know, what really caught my eye was the dual exhaust, the true duals. So that's what really caught my eye. Oil was a little low. So we're gonna run it and see if it comes back up on the dipstick. But I believe this thing does have a programmer for the exhaust, because there's no way it's gonna be running right without a programmer with a full dual. And don't know what that is. Looks like he just put in a other filter for that, which does not look appealing at all. It's like a uni filter was supposed to be on it, and it just got old and brittled and broke completely off the mounting point. So gotta get a new air filter. Here's the tuner, Dynojet power commander. It did run pretty decent, so, but the battery's dead. I've had this thing for like a couple months and haven't even looked at it since I bought it, so I kind of forget what was all done to it and what was all wrong with it. But yeah, this is it right here. So I probably will end up getting a new rear grab bar because I'm not a fan of this either. I just want a regular grab bar that's not gonna have these on there. I can probably take them off, but it's probably not gonna look right. I can see what it looks like without these on there. Probably take this off and see what it looks like, because I mean it'll still do. If I don't have to buy one and I can just take these wheels off, I probably will. So Raptor R does not have the, oh yeah, I guess it does have the adjustable front suspension, but it's not reservoired, so I'm not sure if it's a real Raptor R. So looking at the rear, might be, yeah, it could be. It's got the rear shock up on, so very well could be. I just don't know what the stock plastics would be on this thing. So yeah, well, we can see if the battery will even crank it, but I doubt it. We do got neutral stuff, but yeah, very weak. There's no check engine lights or anything, but it does need a lot of work, like I said, cosmetically. You know, headlights can easily be $100 plus. Tires can easily be over $200 plus. That's over $300 right there. So, you know, and all the little things, air filter, like 20 bucks, 40 bucks, whatever, uni filter. And all these little things up here. You know, get the Amazon specials, eBay specials, and should be within budget here. Wanting to stay under 3K with this build. So yeah, let's get a jumper on it and see if we can get it to crank over. Gonna check the oil before I run it too long. No leaks on it though. It's kind of hard to get to the oil right here when it's right next to the exhaust. Yeah, we got oil on there. Showing pretty much full, but it is pretty dark, so we'll have to change that anyways. So, gotta take the battery out, gotta charge that. So let me start it back up again and see if it moves under its own power. Can't really do anything right here. I don't have a lot of room, but I'm gonna see if it pops in a gear and goes through all the gears. So let's try that. Sounds pretty good. Goes through all the gears. No check engine light. Also, it's got the scraping on the back here, like he was doing wheelies, so wouldn't question that. But yeah, that's all I can really do for now. I don't have parts for this thing at all. Like I said, it's my first time bringing this out in like a few months. Like right after buying it, I just pretty much stored it in my carport and moved on to different projects that were in there longer. So I guess the order list is gotta charge up the battery, so don't gotta buy that. Gotta get a air filter, gotta get a seat cover, gotta get this whole button mechanism here and the throttle mechanism there. Probably have to get a new brake master, because these are probably gonna strip. And get new headlights. See if I can somehow get this mounted onto here, which the holes don't light up whatsoever. So I'll try to figure that out. Gotta get front and rear tires. Gotta get the SS wheel back mounted. What else? Gotta get my bolt kit and put a new bolt in the sprocket there. Looks like it has new brakes, rear brakes. So that's a plus. What else? That's really mainly it. So runs decent. Just cosmetic, like I said. Put a few clips in here and get some grips for the handlebars. Just seen that's missing a bolt here. Gotta get a bolt for that. This thing has been sitting, like I said. You see it's dusty. A few months of dust there. Oh, and also gotta get the reverse switch mount for that to keep that sturdy, and do an oil change for it. So I gotta get an oil filter, and then this should be ready to go. So love the sound of it. I am getting new Nerf bar netting for that too. The yellow is not doing it for me at all. You know, sticks out like a sore thumb. And ooh, just noticed this. The chain slide for the swing arm is completely missing. Gotta get that because I don't want that rubbing against the swing arm there. You can see it's kind of slightly rubbing a little bit, but not bad. So we'll fix that for sure. So a few $100 in parts. Should roughly be right under $3 grand. And these things around my area. So these things around my area, they roughly go from, you know, 35 in bad condition to 45 in good condition. And we could probably get it right in between there. So the more you hang on to it, I guess the better offers you can get. So not in a hurry to sell it, but we'll probably enjoy it before I sell it anyway. So you can see this is lopsided too. The mounting on here is not right. You can see it's loose. I gotta figure that out too and get that straight away. But yeah, a couple weeks we'll get parts and get this thing back up to good working condition with hardly any issues. I found a few bolts for the spots that were missing some, so new bolt for the cover there. Got the motor mount bolt with the nerve bars mounted to it, all secured up. Got the exhaust more secured. And some of the bolts are loose too, like here. I got a bolt here for the subframe. I don't have a matching one, but this will work for now. And I think that was all the bolts that were loose. Oh, and also all these bolts are loose too for the sprocket. And I had to find a bolt that was missing here, so that works for it. And since I do have to order parts for it, I can do the oil change actually. I do have an oil filter for it, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. So we have a drain bolt on the bottom of the external tank here, and then you got a bolt, I believe on the very bottom. Yeah, I believe on the very bottom. And then you got the oil filter on the other side, but I'm gonna go ahead and drain the tank and the engine. All right. Oil's pretty dark. You see there, pretty dark stuff. Not seeing no metal or metallics, but definitely needs to be changed. Yeah. Again, looking pretty good, just dark. Here's the drain plug there. Again, very dark oil. Oil looks really good. No metallic in there. Just let that drain down. It's a little shiny, but no big chunks or anything. They just rebuilt it, so I'm guessing break-in. I'm not sure. So it should have been changed a while ago, if it is. But very fine metal. Nothing really too worried. Looks pretty decent. Nothing crazy. Got a high flow filter, oil filter. Usually go with those. HF 145 for the Raptor 700s. So we're gonna go and get these seals right here oiled up, as well as this O-ring cleaned and oiled up too. And then we're gonna put it back in. Right, nipple side in first, or opened end first, and then pop it all in. All right, drain plugs are in. Here's the fill for the crankcase. You want to do a quart in the crankcase and a quart in the external tank. That should give you the right reading once you start her up. 10W40 wet clutch oil. Yep, right at the full mark. Bingo, and it's really clear. The oil's changed. Last thing I want to do is I want to check the coolant level and see if we're right on top of the radiator. So just take off these two tabs and it should lift up and pull out. Cap is right underneath here. Not a lot of pressure in there. That's good. Coolant is topped off of green coolant. We'll love to see that. Okay. Putting it back on. It's a really good sign right there. Check that out. I'll take that. Very secure. Can't get the bottom bolt in because those are wrecked, but that works for me. Almost forgot, I do gotta take out the battery to charge it. It's the hole. Pretty much did all I could do for now without having those parts. So did the oil change, we buttoned up everything, checked the coolant, all's good. Runs pretty good. Let me get these taken off, see what that looks like too. Oh yeah, that's coming off. So I'm going to put these on my Heelys.